Let me start it. Good evening, everyone, once again. My name is Tosin Olonini. I'm going to be the one teaching on threat intelligence and IOC analysis. It's something that we think we've done something like that. Esther did some parts. Then we just look at one of the IOC using called Alien Vault key, OTX key. So we're going to look at how to use that to analyze. So the course outline is what is threat intelligence? We all know that components of threat intelligence, life cycle of threat intelligence, purpose, sources and users of threat intelligence, types of threat intelligence, then benefits of threat intelligence, and we do the IOC analysis. Then of course we conclude. Then we do like a um, practical session just to look at the IOC, that's the Alien Vault OTX. Um, Let me see. So, what is threat intelligence? Sorry, bring my screen. Sorry. Sorry, what is threat intelligence? I think my screen, I wanted to minimize the name so that we can see clearly. What is threat intelligence? Threat intelligence, also known as cyber threat intelligence. It's just like be collecting and analyzing information about current or potential attacks that could threaten an organization's security. Of course, most organizations try to get, you have to have threat intelligence in place. Any organization, even I think as a country too, most countries have threat intel, like let me use case study of Nigeria. Like I know that most of us are from Nigeria now. You have people like the job function of those kind of people, like the DSS, should be threat intel to get information and of course pass it to the government to make maybe informed decision on whatever they need to do. And that's same thing, organization to have Trent Intel to they have tool softwares that of course give them information like so that they don't need to be reactive, they need to be proactive, they need to be ready for maybe any threat because the bad actors, the hackers, they are not sleeping, they are not resting, they are always on the move trying to um, gain access to any vulnerability in any organization or any system. So of course you have to have trend intel in your organization. So it helps organization understand, prepare for, and respond to cybersecurity threats more effectively. This is achieved by the collation and collection of threat feeds. So we have threat feeds like information on mechanism and indicators. So how these threats, how they operate, and of course, what are the signs that you need to look out for when you want to see, okay, this threat is like this. What's the pattern? How do they operate? So you need to have all those indicators, know them, and which leads to the creation of threat intelligence. That's why you have to have your threat feed first to be able to get more know more about threat intelligence. So this then informs cybersecurity analytics to improve chances of detection. So this will help analysts like all of us here now. Of course, we're hoping to become cybersecurity analysts, maybe one way or the other. Everyone that is learning one or two things here wants to become a cybersecurity analyst. So, of course, you need to have threat intel information to analytical skills to be able to make informed decision, as in as fast as possible, because when you even have the threat intelligence, you need to be able to be proactive, act as fast as possible because the hackers, the bad guys are not resting. They are as fast as anything. So, of course, we as security analysts too, also, we need to be fast, be able to know what we need to do. Maybe stop the lateral movement, try to block the network like that, or disable the user that maybe they're trying to gain access to a network. So you need to be, of course, as fast as You can. So we have components of threat intelligence. Of course, we have what they call indicators of compromise. This is like where, of course, they can use to attack you. So these are artifacts like malicious IP addresses, file hashes. These are things that they can use to attack, or domain name. They can change domain name that signals an attack is happening or has happened. So you need to be, of course, be wary, be aware of all the indicators of compromise that they can use, most especially IP addresses and then domain name too, and then file hashes once in a while. Then you need to know what tactics, techniques, and procedures. That's this is all like under we did MITRE ATT&CK. So these are tactics, the behavioral methods used by threat actors, such as the phishing. Yeah, they have mostly, of course, they use phishing. Like let's say 80% of attack on organization is through phishing, like say 80 or 90% of attack is through phishing. So we need to be aware of that. Then or malware, delivery, or lateral movements, which of course I talked about earlier, that we need to try and stop all those things, disable network to stop lateral movement. Once they attack one system, the first thing is to do is to make sure that we isolate that system that has been attacked, and then so that there won't be any lateral movement. It won't start passing through other systems because it's network now. It's not like something that it's like within seconds. If you don't disable that, it can move to as many systems as possible. So you need to stop lateral movement. Then we have the threat actors and then attributions. Threat actors are information about who is behind these attacks, and we have criminal groups, some criminals, some people are criminals that, of course, these are their job function, the bad actors, the hackers. And then we have state-sponsored actors too. Like some people, like they sponsor them maybe just to disrupt the country. Let me give an example. Of course, like we all know, I will always use Nigeria as case study. Like Boko Haram, to me, well, fine. Let me say allegedly, but of course, like state sponsored. Like some people sponsor this, maybe they didn't know it to get to this ban just to discredit maybe the government of the day. That's what some people do to some threat actors. Do they use like state sponsors? Some people, some government officials sponsor some people just to discredit maybe the party that is ruling, so that of course they can feel like, oh, these people are not doing anything, but they are, if they come in, they will do better than this. And those are a sample of state sponsored actors. Then we have the activists too. These are actors that like that do activism to like they just feel like they want to be heard. They want to do activists, like being an activist. So they want their voices to be heard, so they do like they try to hack maybe network, hack system like that, so that people can know them. And then we have vulnerabilities and exploits too, like well, we all know what vulnerability, that's weakness in the system or software that attackers may target. So these are things that we need to, of course, try to prevent. That's when you have to do what we call vulnerability scan. You need to keep scanning your network, scanning your ports, and be sure that, of course, there's no weakness in any of the system. And if there's any weakness, you need to quickly patch or update your software to, or get something to, of course, make sure that the system is not vulnerable to any external threat or internal threat like that. Then we have threat intelligence lifecycle. So most organizations follow just the six step process. We have what they call the planning. That is the first step. That's like you define your goals and your scope. That's like the life cycle of most projects or this thing to follow the same thing like this. And same thing with um, cyber threat intelligence also follows the same thing. You have the plan first, then you collection. That's number two. Gather all that threat data from internal and external sources. You try to gather them, and then processing. That's number three. You organize and filter the data, the one you need, the ones that are maybe relevant to your organization. What kind of data do you need in your organization? What kind of attack do you think maybe comes frequently to your organization? So you need to try to organize and filter the data you need. Then analysis, then turn data into actionable insight. Then, of course, you need to start try to analyze and start setting rules like, oh, if maybe people maybe send a lot of malware to this, and you need to now say, okay, maybe we need to do a lot of firewall, do some endpoint protection, do a lot of things that maybe improve our SIEMs rules. That, of course, is to be able to send alerts immediately when maybe when an incident wants to happen. Of course, our SIEM will just send you an alert, and then we'll be able to act promptly on it before there's any lateral movement or spread of any threat. Then dissemination, share intelligence with relevant stakeholders. So, of course, you share intelligence with all your stakeholders, your executive, your team members, of course, and then the organization generally too, so that they will be aware. Especially, we'll be doing training, just like most organizations organize what they call phishing training for all staff, so that you'll be aware that, of course, you don't just see any link that's maybe, of course, we did something like the last training we did like some weeks back on phishing, how to identify phishing. Those are the kind of training that, of course, you disseminate, share intelligence, share what and what people need to look out for to be able to know, identify maybe any threats that, of course, might can affect your system. Then you have feedback, then evaluate effectiveness, and then um, sorry, evaluate effectiveness. Sorry. Oh, sorry, please. I'm trying to, okay, evaluate effectiveness and refine the process. So that's the feedback. You need to evaluate what, maybe what you've discovered from this thing, then your learning points. What did you learn from maybe an incident that has happened? What did you learn from me? What is the organization going to learn from me? What's the way forward? What are the things that you need to put in place to make sure that you don't have any reoccurrence, or you don't have that kind of, if there's any breach before, you make sure that you don't have that kind of breach again. So you put some mitigations in place. And yeah. So what are the purpose, sources, and users of threat intelligence? So first purpose of course, threat intelligence is just to prevent attacks. That's the major. This thing is to prevent attack. So recognize and block threats before they cause damage. You don't want your organization to, of course, if there's any threats, and of course you allow it to cause any damage, it will cause a lot of things, maybe financial loss, even it might cause reputational damage to your organization. That, oh, maybe your organization don't have good security posture. So of course people don't want to do business with you, and of course you're going to lose a lot of maybe businesses, money, and then like that. So you don't want to do that. So you need to prevent attacks, then detect incidents, spot indicators of compromise early in an attack life cycle. So we talked about the life cycle, the first part that we did now, and that we looked at earlier. So you need to make sure you detect spot indicator of compromise early in any of the life cycle stages that we have. Then respond effectively, prioritize responses, and improve incidents handling. So you need to respond as fast as possible. That's the job of the cybersecurity analyst. You need to respond promptly. You don't, because that can cost you your job. Because any slack or any just delay can cause serious damage to the organization. So you need to be as swift as possible. You need to, I don't know, I said, you need to have your thinking cap on. You need, and then analytical skill. You need to know what to do as soon as maybe you discover maybe like this is a threat like that, you need to know what response you need to do. And like that, of course, the organization will have playbook, tell you what and what you need to maybe do when an incident happens, and you need to act swiftly to do all those things. Then understand the threat landscape, keep up with evolving risks and adversaries. So you need to keep, of course, learning, improving yourself. That's when we started this training. That's it. Cybersecurity is all about learning. Just keep researching, learning new threats, maybe getting more ideas on this thing, because of course different threats happen. Like it's not like this threat, this pattern might not be maybe consistent forever. There might be like they might look for a way to maybe modify the threat. So you need to keep learning, reading, and of course updating yourself to know the trend, and then of course the pattern of the new maybe threat pattern. Then we have sources. What are sources of threat intelligence? We have the open source and hosting. We have a lot of tools that we have been using so far. We have so many that we can look out for. We're going to look at them that you can use. We have the commercial threat feeds too. Um, those are people that maybe you can pay for those ones. Commercial, you have to pay to get the information. Then you have the government and industry sharing groups. You have the ISAC, that's the government and sharing this thing. That's where you can get a lot of information. Government, this one is free for because it's government only, so you can get so many information. You can Google ISAC, a lot of information about threats. It gives up-to-date information about any threat. Then we have the internal data, that's logs that we have, of course, generated from our own, maybe SIEM, our own Splunk, whatever you are using in the organization to analyze maybe whatever has happened, your logs, then your past incidents too. You need to keep record. What has happened? Maybe there's an incident that happened. You have to keep like history of what maybe you've learned, learning points, what's way forward, how to prevent those kind of things not to happen again, like that. Then we have the dev and dark web monitoring too. Also, those are sources that are dark web. You get a lot of information too from dark web, like people pay to just like get information from it too. Then we have users. The users of threat intelligence are like security analysts, just as I said earlier, just like we for threat hunting and incident response. So cybersecurity analysts are like yeah, users of threat intelligence. Then we have the CISOs, that's the Chief Information Security Officer or Chief Information Officer, like the supervisors to guide strategic decision and, of course, resource allocation also. They use it to, of course, guide you in decision making and then resource allocation. Then we have the SMB, that's like small, medium businesses to also to gain enterprise protection without large budgets also that users of threat intelligence. Then we have the types of threat intelligence. Um, Number one is the strategic. These are for the executives, the board. Um, like I said, the board, the executive, like the CISOs, CIO, they understand trends and make policies, decisions. Those are that's the first one, that is strategy. Then tactical is security team, just like security SOC analysts, like that. So they understand attackers, then they use the tactics, techniques, and procedure to tune defenses, just to make sure you fine tune your SIM. That is like your security events and management. You need to tune in, fine tune it, make sure that, of course, your security event, your SIM tools, of course, get alert and, of course, um, give you true positive alerts that are real-time alert, not just giving you false positive, give you true positive that you know that this is an alert that you need to quickly, of course, do something about. Then you have the operational, you have the SOC also, and the incident response, that is IR team, also the operational. So real-time intelligence for active threats, these people too, of course, the source for real-time intelligence for any threats that is happening. Then we have the technical. So mostly the security analysts do maybe the tactical, operational, and the technical part. So analysts, and then you have tools too that can help you. We have tools like what I said, like your SIM can help you. We have you have a lot of tools that you can use, also Splunk and the rest like that to help you to analyze and of course give you information. And we're going to look at one of the two, Alien Vault OTX too, that can help analyze. And of course, you can use it to maybe show you information about all the threats, maybe people that have given their own maybe sample of threats that has happened in the past, like that. People that have reported, you see a lot of sample. We're going to look at that. Then we have that's example IOC like IPs, hashes, URL. for automation and the rest. Then examples, tools, and platform. Yeah, we're going to look at the first one, the earlier involved. These are tools that you can use for threat intelligence. Most organizations, I think they use CrowdStrike, Falcon Intelligence. These are very powerful tools. Most organizations use that, but Alien Vault TX is an open source tool that you can use. Then, well, of course, we're going to look at it, but I think you have the paid version, but the one we're going to use, we're going to just do like a basic analysis that we can use. Then we have the MISP, that's Malware Information Sharing Platform. You have the IBMF, X-Force, Recorded Future, Threat Connect. Those are different platform and of course tools that you can use for this thing. So benefit of threat intelligence. What do we tend to benefit from threat intelligence? Number one is proactive defense. When you anticipate, of course, and you prevent attack before they happen, you prevent a lot of things. You save the organization a lot of maybe financial losses, reputational damage. You save, of course, even job losses because if you don't do your job properly, of course, when the organization is not doing well, or is not making good profit, they will definitely lay off staff. They will definitely um, turn staff to do a lot of redundancy for staff. So you need to make sure we proactively defend the organization security posture by maybe anticipating and preventing attacks before they happen. So we need to, of course, build our threat intelligence in our organization so that we don't have any damage. Then we have fast incident response also. Detect and respond to threats more efficiently. Fine, we might not be able to proactively maybe stop a lot of things, but our response needs to be as efficient as possible. When you detect an incident, you need to proactively and then efficiently respond and of course stop any movement, stop any loss as fast as you can of the organization. Don't let any well, as far as you can do not to for the organization not to lose anything or not to lose any data or information, so that we'll not start asking for maybe ransom maybe because they've stolen the organization data. So we need to detect and respond swiftly. Then strategic decision making to inform security investment and then risk management too. So of course we need to strategically um, make decisions. Fine, these are part of things that maybe the CISO and the CIO will be doing and the executives do. Then enhance detection to improve your SIM and analytics platform with enriched data. So you need to feed your SIM with up-to-date data. You need to make sure that your SIM is all the data they have been fed is up to date so that they can be able to detect anything like this. Your SIM will detect it and immediately the way you configure it, there's a lot of things, people that are doing automation too with their SIM too. Their SIM too, you do automation and like I was speaking to someone, said they did automation that once their SIM detect that maybe somebody is like unusual pattern of maybe this is not the way maybe your password. I don't know. I think it has mastered that. Oh, if you try to log in and they feel like maybe you have logged in a jurisdiction that maybe the organization has flagged as there's high risk organization or an area. Once you try to log in, of course, definitely the system will disable you immediately when they flag a particular location, a country, or a place as iris and you log in there. The same is being like it will just disable you. You can't use this thing. You need to get back to your IT team to maybe to get your password reset like that. So you have to have enhanced detection that any small like this in your SIM needs to be able to detect and of course act proactively. And then you have the tailored protection to focus on threats specific to your organization's environment. So you need to focus your threat, your threat specific to your organization. There's some organization, the kind of threat that happens there might be different from maybe organization A is different from B. So you need to focus on what is really like common to your organization. Maybe it's password this thing compromise, or maybe it's like malware that is common to this. You need to focus your SIM and of course whatever you need to do to make sure to protect your organization or your endpoints. Then we have IOC analysis using 𝐂𝐈𝐓𝐇. So this is the part that we are going to go to now. I will say before we go, I think maybe as we're reading, maybe you should be each one of and every one of us should. We can just go to maybe your laptop, yeah, and just Google 𝐂𝐈𝐓𝐇 OTX. Just create an account there now so that we can follow this together. So IOC hunting exercise using public CTI feed, e.g. 𝐂𝐈𝐓𝐇 OTX. So we're going to do that now. I'm going to show you mine, but I wanted us to just log in first. Everyone should just create their own. I think you need to get your username, password. Just go to Google and then type 𝐂𝐈𝐓𝐇 OTX, then just create an account. It's free, it's an open source this thing. So we just create an account and have it. Then let me just continue while we keep doing that. So we'll just look at this. Maybe we can come back to this and then we'll read through what we need to do. So choose your CTI feed as 𝐂𝐈𝐓𝐇 OTX. That's one way we're going to use Open Threat Exchange. That's what it means. That's the 𝐂𝐈𝐓𝐇 OTX. Open Threat Exchange is a popular open source threat intelligence platform. So it provides pulses. So pulses is like informations like uh, a lot of people maybe drop whatever they've observed, some threats that they've seen, and then different community drop in their threats, then like the indicators of compromise, the IPs, the domains, the URL, file hashes, then even threat actors profiles. So they drop everything. Those are like, they call them pulses on the OTX, on 𝐂𝐈𝐓𝐇 OTX. When you log in, you will see all those things. When you create our accounts, then we can see that. Then you set up your environment, use a SIM like we don't have this. We might not be able to do this one. This number two, use a SIM like Microsoft Sentinel. We need to, of course, integrate that into your OTX, but of course we won't be able to do that. Splunk or local health stacks. Then ingest IOC, be able to ingest this to register on OTX. These are things that, of course, if it is an organization, these are things you need to do. You ingest this, use the OTX REST API to pull threat data, then extract IOC from process. But what we're just going to do basically is we're going to see the samples of IOC, then we'll use like we use open source, different open source like Virus Total, IP void or hybrid analysis, and then try to check all those maybe IP addresses, the URL that they've dropped there. We can just analyze those ones and see that truly those are malicious URL, those are malicious IPs that people have dropped. And of course, when you have anything to use, you can create your own pulse and just maybe you've discovered one IP or one URL that is a malware, you can go there and create your own pulse and put it there. And of course, register there that you have dropped something, So he extracts IOC from pulse, the IP domain hashes, normalize and tag. This is part of what you will have been doing, but of course, we won't be able to do that. Then on in log, query your log for matches against the IOC IP hashes. Won't be able to do most of this, but I've just listed this so that you just have an idea of this is what you need to do. Maybe when you're trying to do your threat hunting, then analyze and respond, investigate any matches for context and severity, correlate with MITRE attack techniques if possible, document findings, update detection, your detection rules also in your organization, your SIM 2, you need to update this. We don't have SIM 2. I think you're going to do SIM analysis the next class. I don't know, but I believe either SIM or Splunk, they're going to teach you because, but the basic thing in SOC is, well, let me say the majority part of what you're going to be doing in SOC analysis is just using SIM tool. That is like the major part of what SOC analysis is going to be. All these tools that we're talking about, most of them are incorporated together with the SIM. Like you have the MITRE attack, your different tools are embedded into the SIM. Fine, you will still need to use your other tools like virus filter to just reconfirm, check, but your SIM will always give you an alert and tell you this is the problem. But you can now go again and just to re-verify what it has brought out for you. So is everyone with me? Before we do the knowledge check, I want to confirm whether have we created our account?
I'm working on mine. I'm trying to set up to
Okay.
sign up for it.
Sign up. Okay, please just do that. Let's do that maybe like the next 2, 3 minutes. Shouldn't take time just to create. Then you verify to send something to your email to verify your account. That's all. Then you're you're in. Let me bring up my own.
Hi. Sorry, just to clarify, so where are we creating the account? Like there's Alien Vault OTX level blue
Yeah, level
and
blue.
there's
Yeah, that's it.
level blue.
Yeah, that's it. This is mine.
But it's asking me to solve one puzzle. I don't understand that one.
Puzzle. Is everybody's? I
Yeah,
can't remember.
signing
Or
up.
should I drop the link, the one that we're supposed to use?
Maybe.
OTX. This is the one that you're supposed to use.
Because the same thing I'm also happening to me too. I'm trying to fill the puzzle, but it's not really working.
The puzzle is not working.
Yeah.
Wait, let me drop this. Yes. Uh, but what of Chinonso? Are you having the same problem?
I'm probably not yet there. Just give me, I'm not there. I'm not seeing any puzzle yet though.
Can you click on this link?
Same thing now.
Is it the same link like?
Let me click on your link and see.
Oh,
Yeah, it's saying I should sign up.
mine is taking me straight to my own account.
Is it not sign up?
Yes, sign up. Yeah,
Uh,
it's an open
yeah.
source thing. So
After
it
that,
shouldn't give
put
you that.
everything.
Mine did not give me that. But the puzzle, is it that you cannot, once you click on the puzzle, which puzzle? Or can you share your screen? Let me see. Let me stop sharing
Let
quickly.
me share so that you will see.
Oh, it's just to start puzzles so that we know you're a real person.
Yes, that's all. I think it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. Have you passed that? What of
Okay,
side? Have you passed that side?
Same
that's
icon.
what it's saying.
Or should I stop sharing then so that you can quickly share your screen?
Sharing.
I'm trying to refill the information again because it's giving me some error information here.
Oh, maybe
Can you stop sharing so that I will show you?
okay. Maybe I will have maybe access to create it before coming to I was thinking it's something that we can just do within 2, 3 minutes. It's been created. It didn't take. Yeah. Don't use your, I don't know. I think, you're using this thing. There are a lot of firewalls, some rules, like your organization will not want some things. Like, you're using like your school, this thing. It will allow you to do something. Can you use personal email? It's better. Some organization will have built like what we're talking about now. They will have built some endpoints like they have Microsoft Defender for email. They have so that to prevent some thing from coming to pick the dice pair with the same icon. I think we just pick one.
No, it's the second one
Okay.
from the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Pick two now.
No, it's one. So
Okay, pick one.
scroll to your username because I also just had the same issue and scroll back up. Oh, okay. Mine, for some reason, it was my username that was the problem. So yeah,
No,
maybe
no, go
scroll.
then. Pick another one again. Go down, go down. Where you are picking, I just keep picking and pick another one. Keep picking. Mine did not take the pick. With the same icon. Look at the icon. Wait, so maybe pick. Let's pick
It has to be the right
the
one.
right one.
So
Okay, let's pick the one that you can remember the icon. Look at that icon so that you pick it now. Yeah, that one. Pick that one. Then we'll look at the one that has like a plain. Which one has a
the
plain?
one to your right, the one to your right, top right. No, up. Yeah, that one. Uh,
And then
hold on.
which one has like a plain and then
I'm not seeing.
I'm not
Give me a
seeing the
sec.
one that I saw to now.
Okay, yeah, the one in the middle, second from the top.
Second to okay.
Yeah, that one. And hold on. Yeah, the one at the far right, top. Third from the yeah. Oh, it's five.
Okay.
Okay. The down one, middle. No. Yeah, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
good. So
Then you
I
click
think I
on
can
sign
now.
in. No, you scroll. Yeah,
Sign
sign
in
up.
now. Sign in.
Is this like
You,
yeah?
you sign up already now. So sign in now.
No, it will first of all give me a verification.
Okay, yeah,
Thanks
to
for
your
signing
mail.
off. You are sending an email. So I
Okay.
have to go to my email.
Okay,
So
yeah.
let me stop
Then you can
sharing.
stop
I
sharing,
think
yeah.
I'll go.
Now that is okay now, yeah. S- So are we all here now then?
Yes.
I mean, not.
Okay.
I'm trying to do the same puzzle again because
Oh,
I keep me.
oh. Still giving you. Do you want to share a screen? So let's quickly look
Yeah,
at it
so let's
together
put
too,
the
so that
puzzle
we
together.
look at the puzzle together.
One
Let me
moment.
stop sharing too again.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Mhm.
Let's see. Share screen. I think it's this one.
You're not sharing? Yeah, you're not sharing yet.
Let me look for the browser. I think I've seen it. This one. Yeah, this is it. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe you need to go back. Restart.
Bottom right.
No, so that we know which one is. No.
Ooh, okay.
The one that is the first one that you picked.
I have to go back again now.
Oh,
Restart.
like he wants to start again. Okay, restart
No, no,
then.
no. Just see restart down. Where you see audio, see restart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just click on that.
Wait, my screen is minimized. Let me maximize it.
No, we can see it.
Okay.
Or let's, I don't know, maybe we should just I don't know. We didn't click the first one. We can see your screen.
Now we can't see your screen.
And now
Now it's fine.
We can see, yeah.
I should restart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So look
Okay.
at the puzzle.
Okay, top right. Top right to the, yeah, that one.
That one that has the plane and the rest. I know.
Bottom right.
This
No,
one?
yes. Yes. Top right again, like the first one. Yeah. Give me a second.
Which one is?
See.
I think is.
Oh yeah, bottom. You just keep on anything. Bottom right, like the second. No,
Four.
no. Yeah, that one.
This?
That one. Yes, yes.
Okay.
You're good.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
All right. And you can stop sharing so that we can log in and so that we.
I'll stop sharing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we are all here now. So these are the pulses. These are different people that have. Let me minimize this. Have posted something to right on it. Okay. To remove
Where
this. Okay.
exactly are you? Are you like under like
The
where
dash.
create polls? Okay, dashboard. Okay.
Oh no. Browse.
Okay.
Browse.
Okay.
So these are a lot of people that have pulses that have been people that have dropped the what has happened. Like this is a spear phishing campaign delivered VIP keylogger via email. This is like 1 week ago. There was then you can I think I click you can subscribe maybe to be getting information from this. Then IP addresses logged by this person logged it. Then we have different users that have logged I put this information here. So different users have maybe used this. Then we have groups. You can see different groups here, ransomware. Then we have indicators. We're going to look at this. This is one that we want to look at. So these are a lot of IP. We see different things, CV, domain, email, some that are these emails like they are all maybe let me say they are like malware threats email that you need to be aware of. So these are informations for everyone. Like then we have malware families, different malware. These are malware families that you can say we can take some of them to what they call like let's take them to the open source and analyze some of them. Let me hide this. I want this. I don't want this. I want to use my okay. I want to analyze some of this. Let's do IP address like this IPv4 like public IP IPv4. So we can take this and go to virus total. I think I haven't done this before now. So if you take this and put it there to show you that it has malware. So that's to confirm that what they've posted there. So if you have any any maybe IP addresses too that you've discovered that is malware, you can post them here. Then we have industries too that maybe it's been affected. You have the different almost all the industries in the world. They have the aerospace, agriculture, chemical, construction, defense, education, energy, finance, government, healthcare, hospitality, manufacturing, media, NGO, retail, semiconductor. Then adversaries like Stilts, Mango, and the rest like that. Then we can scan endpoints. We just click on browse. We can scan endpoints. Like maybe scan your system. You can run a scan. Sorry, I think we need to pick scan by pulse. Run a scan by pulse contributed. Run a scan. We can run a scan, then scan history. This is the one I think I did. Crypto mining activity. Just run a scan on crypto mining activity. And that to give you information. Then you can create your own pulse. These are things that you can do with this 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶, but the ones that we're going to do today is just we're going to submit a sample too. We're going to submit a sample of file and run it also here. So let me go to fish tank. I think this is part of what we were going to do too as like our assignment. You're going to just look for malicious this and run a scan. Just get any malicious this and just let's say malicious URL and just run a scan on using your 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶. 𝐂𝐈𝐓𝐇. Let me see. Malicious URL. CDF Trade Center. See full list of. I think I want to pick one of these ones. Let me see. Just look for any URL. I want to look for one URL and just run a scan on it. I hope it will be able to run. Okay, submit URL. Submit URL. What was it giving? Sorry. I don't want this meeting icon. It's not accepting it. Why? Sorry, let me just drop the URL again. Submit URL. It's giving an error. I don't know why. Let me look for another one. See this one. Just picking submit a URL. Let me go to another website. Let me go to why this one is not giving me what I wanted. Let me look for another website that can give me. I want to just check any website. Free block list of suspected malicious IPs and URL. Let me see. Huge list of malicious URL. Let me see this one. These ones are benign. All the one that is really real phishing. Sorry, let me get fish tank. I think it's fish tank that I use. I was thinking I'll be able to get. Let me just use fish tank. Okay. Yeah, I think this one should give me something. Which also check it on VirusTotal. This one is showing it's clean, but they reported it here. See more suspected fishes. Let me see. Fish URL. All these ones are submitted. They're submitted today. Maybe they just submitted, but they are not really phishing email. It's added today, 7:08 p.m. Or maybe it's not been updated. Yeah, but there should be. Check. It's taking time. I want to confirm that it's phishing before we take it to the. Oh, no, still not phishing. No, it's not phishing. Let me look for more older. The one that has been submitted for long. Let's look for the older one. The one older. Okay, let me do casino. This one. Kent Casino. Let's see, it should be phishing. I'm trying to look for any malicious URL. I think I'll just use the one that I did there, and I don't know why I'm not getting anyone. All of them are showing. Oh, this one is showing clean. That's strange. All this older. Let me see older. Sample of malicious administrator. This one just shows suspicious. Let me see here then. Let me go back to my and paste it now. Submit URL. Okay, so it's taking time. This is going to accept this one. I've submitted one before, but I don't. This one has been analyzed. I wanted to see. It should drop. It's taking time. Shouldn't take this long. Shouldn't take this long. Let me look for another one. I think I'm looking for the one that will know that it's real phishing email, and then I think you should be able to. This is submitted. Most of them are submitted today, added on the 8th. That's today now. We keep populating the fish tank every second. Take this one. Not giving me what I want. This one is taking forever. Why am I not saying? Let me go back to this, my URL. I need malicious email. This thing. Let me search again. I need malicious URL. Malicious URL samples. Let me put samples. Free. Malicious sample. This one give me the fish tank that I use, and it gave me, that was the one that gave me this thing, but I don't know, maybe the day I did it, but this one is not giving me what I wanted for it to, no, there's virus samples, malware. Will I get anything from here? URL. Yeah, maintain URL. Malware feed. 1 box. What are they? Seeing any sample? I don't want to click on this one. URL. URL feed digital malware sample. Four years ago, let me see. Sorry, let's look for this fish tank. But what I'm trying to just explain is so that when anyone you see, the example I'm going to give, the assignment you're going to do, maybe we'll just look for anyone, maybe older one, just keep going back. I think we should be able to see one just to analyze, see, we're going to use virus total, use another tool, maybe IP void, and then just be able to show that it's malicious. This one is not giving me what I want. Why am I getting? Okay, maybe we'll just pick. Let's pick from. Let me pick from their own this thing then. Instead of going this far, so let's just pick from their own. Let's pick from their own malware and see if it will give up. But it will tell us that it's already registered. Instead of wasting so much time, let me pick from their own URL. So this one now, but if I put it there to show that it has been, so let's take it to VirusSource first. It's showing that it's clean, but it's submitted there too. There's something wrong with my VirusSource. Everything is showing that it's clean. So, no, I'm not sure it's clean. Clean? That's interesting. Oh, that is interesting. Let me go back to the first one I saw. All these things should be malware. I'm not sure it's clean. I don't think they are clean. This URL, they are not clean. But I don't know why VirusSource is showing that it's clean. But I don't believe that it's clean. Yeah, okay. You've seen one now. Okay, let's take it back to that blue thing and submit it. But it will tell us that it has been submitted before. I wanted to take something from outside. Create a pause. No, sorry, submit a sample. Submit URL. Submit URL. Complete. Show results. Now, I think this is a phishing site. I think this is the analysis now. Overview: 1 pulses, 0 passive DNS, 4 URL, related, this in 5 related tags. Sorry, and the analysis, let me see. So no additional analysis. Is it the same? Listen, I just dropped now. I'm not sure. Let me see the name of this thing I dropped now. The S-team, yeah. It's the same. Suspected phishing sites like that. Then we can just reconfirm also using, I wanted to show us another tool that we can use to check URL too. This is what they call Palo Alto. This is also a very good tool to check URL. You can also maybe Google this thing and then open this page that I opened. This one will tell you a lot of things about the URL. Test the site. Yeah, so it should explain. Now, this is the site. Now it explains. I say category phishing, newly registered domain. It's to tell you a lot of things. So category of it is phishing, web content that covertly attempt to fool the user in order to harvest information, including login, credential, credit card information. So it's going to describe the URL for you. So that's the URL now. It's like you want to harvest your information, your PII, like that. Then it says a newly registered domain. Identify sites that have been registered within the last 32 days. So this is the site was registered within the last 32 days. So newly registered domain, often generated purposely or by domain generation algorithm, and can be used for malicious activity. So this one will give you a lot of explanation. So we can maybe save this site also. The name is Palo Alto. You can Google that and then use that part of what we're going to do. So the assignment will be just to look for any, I think maybe we can look for the URL here in our OTX, and then submit a sample. It's going to analyze. This is the one that we submitted now. It's going to analyze. These ones are in progress, but should show you. Okay, see, it's showing already analyzed. So to tell you, so started showing already analyzed. That's because we picked it from their own website, but we can pick from there too now. But I think these ones are the ones that we didn't pick from. We're still in progress, has not given us. So this one is already analyzed. Then you can click on show results to show you what and what is being analyzed. So resources they use 𝐂𝐻𝐍𝐶. 𝐂𝐻𝐶 is another tool, but I think I prefer ViralTotal. They use ViralTotal. ViralTotal API key required to. So they use ViralTotal to. The external resources we can use ViralTotal to check also. Then that Palo Alto also we can use it to check. Then maybe we'll just do a screenshot of what we have maybe analyzed. Then just write a report that this is what you discover using 𝐂𝐈𝐓𝐇 OTX. Maybe you can pick samples from here. The sample from your 𝐂𝐈𝐓𝐇 OTX. The sample from here. I want to take this up from our browse. Just go to anyone. We can maybe do sample of maybe IP address. We can do IP address, then we can do URL, and then do analysis of them. Maybe like do two IP address, two URL. Maybe I'll need to write it down. That's like the assignment, just to analyze using the open source. You can pick from this, pick all the ones that have been, like all these ones that we have here, the indicators. Now this is like an IP address. Just pick one of them and analyze. You can use ViralTotal, then just do a screenshot. This is, I think we should have, like 5 vendors. Of course, flag this as malicious. This is malicious. This IP address is malicious. And if you take it to any other listener, maybe like IP void or whatever, or hybrid analysis, it should give you the same thing to, like, let me say IP void, ipvoid.com. Let's do IP blacklist check. These are tools that we can use. So these are like all the intelligence that have been put in place for you to just maybe be aware that, oh, this see, this is the count for IP void that's showing 3. The other one, ViralTotal, is showing 5, or IP void is showing 3. So that is that I can show you. So with this thing, so we just pick information, but of course we can't really do much because you need SIM to be able to analyze a lot, and of course you need maybe a lot of endpoint server IP addresses, run scan on something, and we need to download something, which I don't think we'll be able to do that. If you want to run scan, I think you need to use your PowerShell to download some stuff on this. Like, I think if we click scan endpoints, it's going to ask you to download something. Installed endpoints. Trying to install endpoint, these Windows scan history. Try to scan. Okay, this is the scanning that I did. Run a scan, which I don't think we'll be able to do. We can pick this. I don't know. Maybe any one of us can try it and see whether you can get anything. Run 𝐂𝐈𝐓𝐇 contributor process. Run. I'm not sure it's not going to give us anything, but we can scan endpoints, scan maybe your laptop, your devices, but you need to first of all install some thing before you can do that. So that's for this, but it's just for you to have basic knowledge, just have an idea that this is like you have a lot of information that you can maybe get if you need anything. It's a go-to resource that you can get information from your OTX, 𝐂𝐈𝐓𝐇 OTX, that you can get information from. Then let's do a knowledge check now, what we have just done so far. Sorry, let me just quickly go. Before, I think we should be able to do, okay, this planning collection, let me just give us an hint now. My ask question around life cycle, we have the planning, collection, processing, analysis, dissemination, and feedback. Then we have the types of threat intelligence, we have the strategic, tactical, operational, and technical. So then benefits of this of threat intelligence. Then we have knowledge check. So what is the primary goal of threat intelligence? Anyone? What's the primary goal of threat intelligence? Just
D, to provide actionable insights on cyber threats.
yeah, to provide actionable insight. Yeah. C. So it's to provide insight on cybersecurity, to actionable insight on cybersecurity threats. Yeah. So which of the following is not a type of threat intelligence? I just glance through everything so that we can see it.
Strategic. Physical.
Physical, yeah. We have strategic is there, tactical, technical, and operational. Yeah. So physical is the one. We have 4. So what is a pulse in 𝐂𝐈𝐓𝐇 OTX?
I don't know.
Pulse. We're looking at pulse the other time. Pulse.
Is it C?
Yeah. It's a created collection of threat indicators. So it's just like all the threat indicator, your file hashes, your IP
IPs.
address. Yes. So those are,
URLs.
yeah. So it's like the curated collection of threat indicators. So that's pulses. So which framework is commonly used to describe adversary behavior in threat intelligence? This one is a bit technical, but if we've done
They
some.
describe. Is it
Is it
might
C?
attack? Yeah.
Yeah,
C.
C.
Yeah, it's MITRE ATT&CK. So which framework is commonly used to describe adversary behavior in threat intelligence? So we use the technique, tactics, and procedures. So that's the MITRE ATT&CK framework. I think we did something like that.
We have done that.
Yeah,
We have done
yeah. So techniques, tactics, and then procedures.
that. Procedures.
So which of the following is a benefit of sharing threat intelligence?
It should be B. Improve collective defense.
Yeah, improve collective defense. So if you improve your, of course, threat intelligence, of course, you collective defense, everyone will be able to be safe. And I think that's why you have all those feeds that people drop information just to share knowledge, share intelligence, so that you to be aware. Like maybe if you see this IP, if you see these file hashes, these are maybe malware that you need to be wary about. Fine, some might not be 100%, just like the fish tank that we're checking out, not 100% malware, but some people just feel like reporting, maybe they just feel like they're not comfortable with this website, and they go ahead and report the website and then put them in that place. But if you check, like some we've checked now, no, virus data is not showing that there's anything. Maybe some are just benign, like they're not really harmful website. Maybe because they are new and somebody is not comfortable with it. So just quickly report that this is a website that it's malicious. So conclusion is threat intelligence is no longer a luxury. It's a necessity in modern cybersecurity. So as cyber threats grow in complexity and frequency, organization must evolve from reactive defense to proactive threat anticipation. So we need to be proactive in defending this thing. And of course, how do you do that? Of course, by getting knowledge and of course interacting with other maybe organization that you can get information, improve your threat intelligence feeds information. And then by investing in threat intelligence, so that's how we can do that. So whether through public feeds like Allen Vault, OTX, so you can get information from that Allen Vault. We have so many information that you can try to get from or commercial platform. So security teams gain the insight needed to protect digital assets in a constantly shifting threat landscape. So it gets information from so many sources now. There are a lot of information online that you can get to help your threat intelligence in your organization. So many information, so many platform. There are some commercial ones that maybe find you they are paid for. Maybe those ones might be giving you online real time, as in maybe they will be perfect, maybe perfect more than the Allen Vault because Allen Vault is an open source. So everybody just go there and just drop. But maybe the commercial one will be vetted very well. And of course, any information you get from there, those ones will be real, maybe authentic, as in those ones will be real, maybe malware, real this, but of course it might be paid one that maybe people might want to do. The organization definitely will be able to pay for that. But if you are learning, you can just use these ones and then you get day-to-day information also from it. Thank you very much for listening. And that is me. If you have any question, you can go ahead before we call it a day. Then the assignment, I said, we'll just go through. Let me just repeat the assignment again. Just pick 2 URL and then 2 IP, and then just use like let's say 2 open source to just check. You have different open source that you can use now. Like I think I've shown IP Void. We have Virus Total. You have I just showed you one Palo Alto, and then we have hybrid analysis. You can use that if you want to use that. So just use different ones and just if you can use 3, fine. 3 different open source just to check and then just analyze and then do like a screenshot of what you have and then just write a report that maybe this is what you find when you use this open source. You found out that so number of vendors flag this as malicious like that, and this is the IP address flag, or this is the URL flag. Yeah. Thank you. Any question?
Yes.
Yeah, I do have actually.
Okay.
Well done, Tosi.
Yes.
I just want a confirmation.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between this Alex voids? Am I correct?
Yeah. Okay.
And all these other OSINT and whatever that we'll be using. This open source.
Allen Vault is like a threat intelligence. This is where they have information about all different threats like malware threats, file hashes, IP addresses that are threats to organizations, to individual. So it's like where people report and like it's like will I say a
database.
or a database, yeah, you can put it that way. So that you can go to and then get information from, yeah. So
But
it's
we can
different
still use
from
it as an open source platform for running all this because you are trying to
yes,
use
you
it.
can run it. Yes, you can still run some things.
It's 2 in 1.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. You can still run some things there, but the major thing it does is like this is where you can go to get information from. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, Tosin, how do we submit the assignment?
I think just maybe do it like will I say you create what they call itself on your SharePoint, create a task. I don't know, then just submit it there now. I don't need to see what you have done, but just make sure you do something so that you know that you have
It will be in our presentation
your presentation to something like that.
on Monday.
Yeah, so you can put in your presentation too. So just to show that this is what you did, this is when you use this tool, this is
Like a
what,
task.
and just show a screenshot of your Allen vault also that you maybe extracted this information from here and then you went ahead and analyzed using other open source tool. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you, Tosin. I wanted to ask you about the virtual machine and how I remember you said we're going to, I don't know if you were the one who said so though, but we were going to start like analyzing like phishing emails in those in that space because it's not quite safe to open it on our systems.
Yes. But virtual machine, well, you don't need to even open any. If you know the mail is phishing, you don't need to open it, except you want to just analyze it like that. If you know a mail is phishing, then there's no need of opening it. If it is phishing or you're 100% sure that it's phishing, then there's no need of opening it. Because if you even open it now, I don't know what do you want to see in it? That's what I'm just looking. But you don't need to worry yourself. Once you analyze and you saw that this is phishing, then there's no need of maybe doing any further this thing. But what they're trying to say is that maybe in case if you like maybe click on any link, maybe it's better to click on any link in your virtual box so that in case if it's going to affect your virtual box, it's just your virtual box that will crash. Then you can reinstall again.
Okay.
Yeah, but normally, if even if in workplace too now, if you know that this is phishing, you just quarantine or or they just delete it from the listing. Once you know that, once you are sure that it's phishing, because
Mm,
if you want to open it as in what do you want to get from it? It's like you want to show you the malware or so so there's no need. Let me stop the recording, please. So there's no need of you